Cameras off, yeah?
Yep. Liverpool v everybody. We found a way to get together last minute here, but we are here. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Mame. First of all, how you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man.
Yeah, I'm all right, guy. What
Good, good,
about
good.
you?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. Let's get into the game. Listen, I watched the game back again yesterday, and I had some different feelings than what I felt initially after the game, which is natural. It's raw, maybe a little emotional, whatever. But I have a different take on it now. But I want to come to you guys about the game in general. And Gary, speak to me about the game, first half, second half. There's a lot of talk about. Obviously, VAR is going to be something that we speak about probably after every game now, and that's any team, just because it's one of those things where people have mixed feelings about it. There's this idea that Chelsea deserved more. We were lucky. Just overall, how did you feel about our performance? And what did you think about the game in general, Gary?
I thought first half, I thought we were fantastic. I thought we started off the game really brightly. Moving the ball well. One touch football. I thought we played really well in the first half. Got the goal through Trent Alexander-Arnold. Fantastic strike. Second, Firmino got the goal, and second half again we started brightly, didn't we? We had a few chances. Firmino had a few chances, and then around 55th minute, 60th minute, it looked like we just tired. We looked tired. We just looked slow. Nothing like the first half performance. And the Kante goal just shows how lethargic our performance was in the second half. Fabinho gets turned really easily. Um, who else? No one closes him. Matip, Van Dijk don't get near enough to him. No one closes Kante enough. But it's a brilliant goal in end. But he shouldn't be having that much space to turn. Um, so the second half performance wasn't very good. But to be honest with you, mate, I couldn't give a shit. I'm just absolutely buzzing with the win. It was such a vital win. This one, I said it before the match when we had the chat a few days ago. This could be one of those big title deciders. I know it's early, but it's one of those that really sets the tempo for the rest of for the next few games coming up, and it's a massive 3 points for us.
Um, couldn't agree with you more. I think it was always going to be, I think, a tough match, and the fact that Liverpool can continue to come out with wins, whichever way they can do it, is a beautiful thing. It was two set piece goals. One of them won by Mane, the other one won by Genie. Then obviously, respectfully, Trent scores and Firmino scores. Uh, Mame, just your thoughts on the game overall. Is there any truth? I think I know your answer, but is there any truth in your mind that we were lucky or Chelsea deserved more from the game, or do you even care? As long as we got the win, we got the win.
First of all, I don't care, and there's no such thing as luck in this type of games, man. You just win or you lose.
Mm.
And this game was, watching the first half, you see some sequences when you say that, damn, if we play like this, we're unbeatable. But obviously, we couldn't play like that the whole game, and you could just feel that the boys, man, physically was hard for them in the second half, and you could understand it, man. You could understand it, and yeah, it was. I think the first half for me was too easy because we went. Of
Mm.
course, we played well, pressed them high and stuff, but we scored some easy goals. Not to take something away from Trent or Firmino, but Trent's free kick, wow! I wasn't expecting to go like that. I think we haven't scored a direct free kick for a while, but even though this one was not direct, and Firmino goal, man, that was too easy, man. Let's be serious. That was such an easy goal. Beautiful, of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was those type of games where after the first half, you like, okay, let's go to the next one. This game is over, you know. And I don't know what happened, you know. Probably that's the only explanation I have, logical explanation. Physically, the boys were done, And of course, I think there was a bit of complacency too, because there was like, this game is over, you
Right.
know.
Right.
Chelsea came back. Kante. I mean, yeah, you can blame the defending and stuff, but I think that nobody expected Kante to do that. Even me, I was like, man, who's gonna pass the ball? You know, we gotta block them, the other players and stuff. But he just did what he did. I wasn't expecting it. I think that none of our defenders, none of our players were expecting it too. That's why he surprised everybody. So yeah, on to the next one, man. We won that game. It's over. MK Dons just rotate, rest the players, and let's come back fit in the next game. That's it.
Yeah, N'Golo Kante is an enigma, man. He's a special dude, and I think in that moment he felt to himself, "There's no one really grabbing this game by the scruff. I have to be the one to do it." I think Fabinho should have done better defensively on him, but look, like I said, it is what it is. You're probably right. They probably didn't think he was going to come to that, but he showed who he was, and I feel like almost every time he plays against us, he does something really good for his team, and that's what I think a leader does for their team. So for me, I don't know if it's me or you guys noticing this as well. I think there's a sense of accountability throughout this team, and there's always the camera always flashes to Van Dijk yelling at Matip or yelling at Adrian or Henderson yelling at Trent or Salah yelling at Mane, whatever. I think everybody looks at the next guy, 1 to 10, and just thinks to themselves like, "Look, you got to pull your weight." And I think it's just beautiful to see how much we have this hunger and almost anger, not with each other, but just expectations for everybody to raise their game. And I think that's why as supporters we do take things maybe a bit too extreme because Liverpool has set a bar so high, and we expect the highest heights of this team. And every game they're showing that. Even games like this, where obviously the midweek game took a bit from us, but we were able to just come back and get a W. I thought personally, Henderson was quite good in this game. I don't know if any of you if you guys agree with that, but I thought Hendo was good, very rough, very
Yep.
physical,
He
and
was. He
every
was.
challenge, moving the ball forward, getting under their skin. I know him and Jorginho had a bit of back and forth. He just had a really good captain's performance for me. He spoke to the ref when he needed to, and yeah, I was really really pleased with our midfield in general because really, Conte gets the goal that keeps him in the game, you could say. But
I don't
other
think
than
Wijnaldum
that,
was
other
great.
than that, he was kind of quiet to me. Am I alone thinking that?
Yeah, I don't think Wijnaldum was great, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, Genie wasn't great at all, but he did win this second
Yeah, free kick.
free kick. So I mean, everybody played a role more or less. We're gonna get to two particular Africans in a second, but we'll keep it brief because we don't want to make it some beef thing that happened. But I just want you guys' honest opinion on that. But yeah, I just thought Henderson was good. The midfield in general was good. Genie does that from time to time, and it's frustrating. He had a shot later in that game that really epitomizes the frustration that I have with him and our team. Although I love him, I don't want to get it twisted, but we see what he's doing for the Netherlands. I know they play a different kind of style of game, but it looks so much more comfortable taking shots and being that
He
goal
can't
scoring
shoot,
threat.
can he? Like, he can't shoot. Like, he can't hit a ball clean. I've never seen him hit a ball
He
clean.
It's
can.
really weird,
The
man.
problem is he can. He does it with
Yeah,
Netherlands.
no, but for Liverpool, I've never seen him actually hit. It's always scuffed shots, or it's rows dead at the top.
Even against Barcelona, that first goal was that first goal he scored was a weird. I don't know how Barcelona didn't cut that out, but
Yeah,
then he gets the header. But yeah, it's so frustrating because I'm wondering why they. I mean, I know if you're a Firmino, you look up and you see a red shirt. Maybe you don't realize who it is, but you see somebody who's open. But I just don't know why they bother. I mean, him and Milner. I don't think they have such tame kind of shots. I don't know why
yeah,
they're
he's
even in the
really.
final third.
Yeah, and also on the counter attack, Wijnaldum's really ponderous on the ball. He takes forever to release it.
Yeah, it's just strange, man. So listen, we make the changes. I find out later that Mane had a dead leg, and maybe some other thing. Some news is coming out now that he's got some knee issue, and obviously he wasn't never going to play against MK Dons, I don't think. And so maybe that'll be a good way to rest him, and hopefully he's fit. Obviously, we don't need to be losing Mane or anyone else for that matter now. But
Oh, never.
as the game was going on, it seemed weird to bring Milner on and Lallana in that kind of game, in that pace, and the situation where Chelsea was beginning to feel themselves a little bit more. It seemed like strange changes to me, but again, they worked themselves out. Mane and Salah, I think neither one of them had a game that they would probably really want to remember. To be honest, Mane does win the first free kick, and in my opinion, from what I remember seeing the first time around and second time around, was that Mane was in and around a lot of the things that we did good going forward. He may have put a bad pass in like everyone else did, um, or not a great shot or a bad decision, whatever. But he did have moments where he was trying to be a part of what we were doing forward. In fact, one that stands out for me is a pass that he put beautifully to Salah. Salah scuffed it. So Salah's touch looked really, really just heavy in this game, and it reminded me of one Romelu Lukaku, just how heavy his touches were. It was really strange to me. I don't know why his touches were so heavy, but I think again it goes back to when those guys aren't on form, we still can find ways to win games. Is there any need to really be concerned about either one of them at this point? I go to you, Mame.
Nah, I don't think so, man. I don't think so because you cannot expect a player to put in a top performance week in and week out. Of course, you can do it like 3 games out of 5 or 4, But sometimes, man, you just understand. Plus, sometimes you get some matchups where it just doesn't work for you, man. But still prepare for you, man. You know, Chelsea was kind of playing like it was tough on them, because I think there was, especially Mane, he's getting those double teams now. For Salah, he's been used to it since last year, but Mane is getting it now. So sometimes in few games, it's kind of hard for him, even though he find a way to score or something like that, you know. But yeah, that's the thing. The thing is, we always find a way to win, So last year, something I was happy about last year is that the whole team, every single player at one point contributed to a win or some wins. Whether it's Shakiri, Origi, and all the other players. And this time around we need that more because I think just what you were saying earlier. I think some fans when they speak, it seems like we just have to win every game easily.
Yeah.
You It seems like we just playing 11 players on the pitch, just us and no opposition.
Right.
And that's not the case, man. These guys are working very very hard. Whether it's physically, technically, tactically, everything. They give a lot. So sometimes we might not play well, but we just gotta win, and we're gonna suffer. Like this game, there are gonna be a lot of game like that. But we just need to win. That's it. Simple.
Yep. And Gary, do you feel like this midweek game against MK Dons is a chance where we can see maybe what Ryan Brewster can bring to our team? We also, for example, I'm hoping that we'll get to see Shaq at some point. It seems like a game that we can see him. But some of these guys on the fringe, maybe even Harvey, I don't know. Is this a situation where you think these players can show Klopp something and maybe get a run out against Sheffield United, or is that maybe go a little bit too far?
I think it's just a chance for them to extend their games in the EFL Cup because they're not going to get a chance in the Premier League. I just think that if they want to play more football, they're going to have to beat MK Dons, and they're going to have to perform because they're not going to get any other games. It may seem harsh, but they're just not. It's just not going to happen at the minute. We're in a position that we have to win games. It's not as if we're challenging the top 4. We can put a youngster in. It's not going to happen, and we can't do that at the minute. At the level we're at, it's not possible. So they're gonna have to develop in the League Cup, and get, I was saying, and also get some minutes in the under 23 side. But it's a chance of them to also. It's not about just the near future. It's not about the present, right? But it's about the future as well. To show Klopp that they can perform in these sort of matches, because going away to MK Dons is, for some youngsters, is they can be up for it. It's physical. The European champions come to their place. They can be up for it. They can be physical. They beat United 4-0. I remember at home once. So they're going to be up for it, as I said. And we need to be at it. We do need to be at it because I want these sort of games like MK Dons. I don't want to throw them away. I'm not really bothered about the League Cup if I'm honest with you, mate. But I want these players to get more experience, like Brewster. Like some of the youngsters that are going to be playing at However. Maybe Seth Van Den Berg, Kelleher's going to be playing. It's good experience for them, and it's going to get them more. More experience for the other games as that comes up in the Premier League if they get a chance in the league or Champions League. So we've got loads of games coming up, and they're going to be needed. Brewster was on the bench at Stamford Bridge as well. So one injury needs on the bench at Stamford. So what I mean, so they're all options. We need these players, and there's players like Lallana, like Oxlade-Chamberlain, maybe Keita. I don't think Keita will play, but Chamberlain, Milner can be playing probably. Shaqiri. There's players that are. It's not just about young players, but the players that haven't been the experienced players that haven't been featuring. It's a chance for them to just put a little thought in Klopp's head.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh yeah. Okay, got you. Right. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I think. So what would be right now on the top of your head? Who would you play in this cup game?
Me or Mama?
You, Gary. Stay with Gary.
I'd go Kelleher in goal. Right back, However. Centre back, Gomez and Lovren. Left back, I don't know actually if Milner's gonna play at left back, but I'd like to see if Larouci's fit.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'd like to see Larouci play. If not, maybe Adam Lewis. I don't want to see Milner at left back. He's a bit boring. I'd rather see one of the youngsters get run out. Yeah. In midfield, I'd go Lallana as a holding midfielder, as the six that he's supposed to be playing. I'd go Chamberlain, and I'd go Milner. But I don't think Kay is going to be playing. And up front, I'd go Shaqiri, Brewster, and I don't think Reece fits. I'd go Curtis Jones or Elliott. So I think Curtis Jones probably more suited.
Yeah, that's a good lineup. It's a good lineup. Yeah, I obviously there'll be a few senior guys on the bench. If hopefully we don't, but if we need something in the last few minutes or whatever the case may be. But I think that's a pretty strong lineup. And yeah, I think you're right. It's probably far-fetched to think that Brewster or Harvey, for example, would get a real shot in the Prem unless we have some real serious injuries. I don't know what's going to happen with Mame.
Bruce is more likely, isn't he?
Say again?
Bruce is more likely to get minutes. I mean, for example, I think Origi's not going to be benched at Sheffield. If we're winning 2 or 3-0 up and we've got 10 minutes to go, I'd like to see Bruce to get a run out in that game.
Yeah, same.
So give him more. Let's give him some minutes when we can. So that's what I'm saying. Because I'm excited about Bruce. He's one of these forward players that we haven't really had. This excitement about a forward player coming through the academy. So I'm excited about Bruce to be honest with you, and hopefully he can show us what he's against on Wednesday.
Klopp is a very cool guy, but the guy has just he has no feelings, man.
Yeah,
he's
I agree.
Effective. Like he doesn't give you time just for you to get some minutes, man. He doesn't care about that.
Yeah.
When his players are fit, they play. Of course, MK Dons is different, because of course we all know that he needs to rotate. He has to, And for Brewster and Shaqiri, if they don't play here, next time they're gonna have a chance to play is the FA Cup. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
Or of course, if you have serious injuries.
Yeah.
It is true. Salah, Firmino, Mane don't get rotated if they're not fit.
Yes.
Yeah. I just think for Brewster, he's also seeing a lot of his peers getting playing time across Europe, really, but specifically in England. I think that'll give him a bit more.
Yeah.
He's chomping at the bit to get his chance. So yeah, I think, as you said so well, Gary, I think this is a game not necessarily let's see if I can get on the team sheet for the Premier League, but it's just to keep in Klopp's mind and know that, okay, if you do well in this competition, then it's your competition. Meaning, if this group of players that we put out against MK Dons can get past MK Dons and do it in a way that is seamless and it gives Klopp a bit of confidence going forward, then that could be their competition for some of these guys. So they really need to just be putting their heads down and making sure they
and also Aaron, the thing with Brewster is he wouldn't have. The Borussia Mönchengladbach wanted him back a year ago, and he signed a contract in the start of 2018. I don't think Bruce would have signed that contract without guarantees about his future. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think
Yeah, there's always guarantees. Remember Solanke? Solanke came in, and to be fair, we gave him a shot, but he never proved. That's the thing. So we sold him, and
mm,
that's what's gonna happen to Brewster. If you give him a shot, he doesn't he doesn't prove anything. He's gone.
yeah,
Yeah, I got a feeling he'll show way more than Solanke did.
I mean,
Honestly.
Solanke's a bit of a donkey.
Yeah,
Solanke's a
uh,
donkey.
uh,
He's
I
gone
hope
to
so.
Bournemouth. He hasn't scored a goal in 16 games.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
Solanke's always
exactly.
a donkey. So I think
I
Bruce
think
is.
he had an assist or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Solanke was always a donkey, wasn't he? So, as I said, for me, this MK Dons game is all about the youngsters. I'm not really too bothered about winning this competition. If I'm honest with you, I couldn't care less. It's all about the youngsters getting experience. For me, my focus is on Sheffield United.
Yep.
Away from home. That's my big focus. Win that against 21 out of 21 points. We have to win that. We have to beat go into national break and win our next few games. We got MK Dons away should win that. Sheffield United away should win that. I think is it Genk at home or Salzburg at home? Which one is it? I'm not too sure.
Salzburg.
Yeah, so Salzburg at
Salzburg.
home. That's gonna be an interesting test as well because they like to play good football. Salzburg at home and Leicester at home. So the next
It's at
week,
Anfield, man. Anfield, mom.
yeah,
we win. That's not a problem.
are we home or away?
We're home.
Okay,
Last
so
game we played away, so obviously this time we'll be
yeah,
home.
yeah, we'll play at home. Yeah, exactly. So and then we got I think back-to-back games for Genk, and then so we're in a very very good position. I think these Chelsea games, as I said to you when I spoke to you, Aaron, this Chelsea games set us up for the next coming games before the
Yeah.
national break. It's giving us that 5 point lead. Like, City go win 8-0 at home to Watford, and then we just don't. We go the next game. We go the next day and win away at Stamford Bridge. And you think shove your 8-0 up your arse. We don't really care about how many goals you get. So it's all about just doing our own job and forget about City. Focus on ourselves, get 3 points each time, and hopefully we can continue building that gap. Because by Sheffield United we could be 8 points clear, and then City will be looking at we're 8 points clear. We go away at Everton, and anything can happen. Last time we had a 12:30 kickoff, we beat Newcastle. They lost away at Norwich. So as a let's just do our job. But Sheffield United for me is a massive game. That's the more important game for me. I'm not really bothered about MK Dons if I'm honest. So you may sound, like I'm being a bit disrespectful for the cup, but I don't care about that for the League Cup. I think it's just a useless trophy that shouldn't even be here.
Yeah, no, I would love to disagree with you, but I find and this is crazy because I get excited about seeing Liverpool play all the time, obviously like you guys too. But something about this cup, I'm just not. Obviously, I want to see the kids play, and I'll tune in for that reason. But like you said, man, I'm more so into even the the Champions League this year. Of course, I'm excited about it, and
Yeah,
I think
it's
I
the
think
group
I think
stage, isn't
Liverpool
it?
could. Yeah, I think Liverpool could do amazing, but I just feel like we've conquered that a great deal, and I wouldn't mind conquering it more. But the league is really where it's at, man. And
Yeah,
I think I'm loving how Klopp is really setting this team up and literally taking each game as it is and seeing what we could do to hurt each team and what we could do to cause them frustration. Each
exactly.
game at a time. So
Yeah,
he's doing that very well now.
but the deciding games is just gonna be like last year. It's gonna be City home and City away for this season.
Look,
I,
guys,
I think every game is just deciding game because we look
No,
like
for me, every game is not a problem because we're gonna win. City gonna win. Sometimes they'll drop points. We might drop some points too. But if we get beaten by City, home or away, man,
that
it's
could definitely.
dangerous.
Yeah, it comes
Yeah,
down to that in a
we have
way,
to beat them home in November.
but also just this team each year. You think about what happened against Madrid, came back, got back to the final, won it. Also in the league, a point away. The people are saying Liverpool fans are insane. They think they can go the whole season without getting beat. Look, we only lost one game last season. City lost three, I think, 3 or 4, whatever it was.
remember that season when we were saying we could go unbeaten? We
Yeah,
lost only one
we almost
game.
did it. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Only
Aaron,
So
do
one
you remember before the
game.
City game, Aaron? Do you remember before the City game, Aaron? I think me, you, and Mum were in the chat, and we said, I think I said as well. I think we all said. I said, if we go past City away, and we haven't lost this game, I think we'll go invincible. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember saying that,
Yeah,
but
I do.
you know, see, we could have gone invincible and we could have won the Premier League. Can you imagine that? Like, it would have been incredible, wouldn't it?
We look almost
Yeah.
better this time around, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
Of
we
course,
did.
it's crazy to say. It's crazy
better.
to say, but I just don't see, especially in the league. Champions League, you could always drop points here and there,
Yeah,
whatever the case may be. But in the league, man, just the way Klopp is setting his team up in every game, I don't see where the next one's going to come, man. I just don't.
my
And
main focus. It's my main focus of Premier League. Right now in the group stages, I'm not bothered by the Champions League group stages because we're going to get through anyway.
right,
I'm not bothered by the
But
Champions Leagues until
what's
February.
really, what's really crazy, what's really changed, it seems that opposition teams fear us more than they fear City, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, like
especially
90%,
especially in knockout competition.
yes, 90% of them, when they play us, the only problem for them is let's not get too many goals.
Yeah,
You,
yep.
you know,
Let's not concede too much. Yeah,
Yeah, because they
let's
know
not
they can get a
too
City.
much.
They can't
Exactly.
get us.
yeah.
You know, and that's how City were playing with people's minds. You know, every game they come trying to score early and then scare you out. You know, you can't even play against them.
Mm.
You know, and now we're doing that to teams, man. When teams come, they get a shot, they're happy. Somebody dribble Van Dijk, they're happy. You know,
Which is crazy. That whole dribble past that is
that's
ridiculous.
that's the thing. Like that's the only thing they can be happy about.
Yep.
See them lose 3-0, but they're happy because they dribble Van Dijk. Who does that?
I mean, seeing this guy every game, I think we're all fortunate too. But I'm just amazed at how easy, well, seemingly easy the game comes to him. You know, it's just watching this dude. It's just, I mean, him and Matip all day were just clearing balls left and right. Matip maybe was even better, which is it's hard to
Yeah,
believe.
Matip for the man of the match on the.
For me, since the season started, Matip has been
Oh my God, this dude is just like reborn. I don't get it, man. This dude Matip is just like on a different level.
I've always liked Matip. I mean, I've always liked him since he signed. I just thought you need a consistent partner next to him. You know, and he's cut off these injuries that he used to get.
and confidence makes you a better player, man.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and the run of games.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I see Gomez coming in if Matip is hurt or somehow we need to do some sort of I don't know, switching up. But I just don't see it for Gomez. I
That
don't.
injury has really fucked Gomez up the way of
Yeah. I mean, he's spoken about it before. He said how much the competition to get into the team is. So, but again, I mean, when you see guys like Trent and Firmino get the goals, and you see the guys on the bench celebrating, there isn't any. And this is the great thing about it. We're beyond players like Balotelli, who I actually liked, but just as far as stirring up the locker room, we're beyond that. There's no one that's going to shake up the camp. There's no one who's going to come into the paper and say, you know, this should be happening. We're all one collective, and I think that's what is one of the most important things of this team right now. So I'm just proud of him, man. And even though I get upset after games and as I'm watching him and certain things that I see, at the end of the day, they're doing everything they have to be doing. And it's going to be a long season. It's going to be a difficult season, but I just feel like Liverpool may be able to outdo what they did last season, which sounds crazy,
Yeah,
but
we're definitely going to win the league this season. I mean, I said this from the start because
yeah, it looks that way.
Yeah, I'll say it
this
again.
team
Man.
is, you can go two way. Yeah, when you go close to something, you can either feel sorry for yourself, you know, and let it get to you, or you can just rise up and go on better. In the
Yep.
Champions League, we didn't let, you know, as Robertson's spoken about it many times, everyone's spoken about it. They didn't want that same hurt, and they won the Champions League. They went one better this year. Do they want that same hurt on the final day of the season? Thinking, oh yeah, brilliant season, but we've got fuck all in our hands in terms of the Premier League trophy. No, we want the Premier League trophy in our hands this year. You know what I mean? So this year could be special.
What will happen if we win the Champions League and the Premier League? Man, people just some people gonna choke and
That
die.
could have happened last year. That could have happened last year as well.
It could have. I mean, but imagine, and again, this is all, you know, we don't know, but win the league, Champions League, but in the league, undefeated, another invincible. A different team with invincible.
People may think we're dreaming, but we were one defeat.
I know. It sounds crazy.
We were one draw away at City from
One.
going invincible, win the league, and win the Champions League.
Champions League, exactly.
It's crazy.
It's fine margins, you know what I mean? So
Yep.
this is why, and also this I'm thinking about the League Cup. I'm not like I'd rather. I don't. I would Liverpool. I want Liverpool to win every single match, but I'm not bothered by the League Cup. I mean, it's probably better if we just throw that in the bin. The least matches the better, if I'm honest with you. Because look, if you look at December, how many matches we have? We're gonna have to go to the Club World Cup. So you want another Premier League game,
Yeah.
another League Cup game in December. Then you want another two in the semi-finals, home and away leg. To be honest with you, I'm not bothered. If we lose to MK Dons on Wednesday, I wouldn't be bothered.
Yeah, I mean, Klopp will never say it, but he's obviously got to be, having his eyes on certain competitions is a little bit more than
Just
others.
have the
I mean,
squad that City do for it.
say again.
We just don't have the squad, to be honest with you, like City
Yeah,
have.
that's true too. That's true too.
So-
But I still just feel like
Listen, to tell you the truth, even City doesn't have the squad, man. Because if they had the squad last year, Pep wouldn't have some rotation problem. The only reason why he didn't get to those semifinals is he made some crazy rotation because his players were tired. It was like, yo, we have to win the league and we have to win the Champions League, and he was confused.
Yeah, they got better options than we do. In terms
Pep
of
is so
back-
cocky though. Like
The problem at this stage of competition, when you get to semifinals or finals, you don't need rotation, man. You just need your players to give 100%. Remember when we went to the final against Madrid, we had like 14 players fit
Yeah, that's true.
for about 2 or 3 months.
Oh, which one? The one in 2018.
Against Madrid in Kiev, yeah.
Oh yeah, that is true. We were playing with Wijnaldum, Henderson, and thingy. We had no midfielder. We had no Chan.
Because Emery was coming back late. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
When you
no,
get
no
to the stage of a competition, man, it's just
Well,
what
yeah,
you
but
what your players.
the League Cup finishes in February, isn't it? So we got if it's
Oh,
all.
fuck that, man. Yeah,
So
fuck that.
I'm not bothered about the League Cup. You know what? Part of me
that
wants to
can't be
just,
what-
part of me just wants to get knocked out on Wednesday.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the worst thing, would it? I mean, it's one less thing we got to worry about. And let's be real, I know there's a lot of Liverpool supporters who feel like, oh no, we haven't won in a while. Let's go get
Jam
it.
said that, right? The Jam said that,
We
doesn't
need silverware. Come on, we just got the Champions League, man.
he? Like Jam says that, doesn't he? He says.
Yeah, I'm good on the League Cup shit, man.
He says don't do the League Cup. I mean, the League Cup is just a pointless Tim Pot trophy. You know what I mean? It doesn't even look nice as well. So
Yeah.
I'm not bothered by League Cup. I mean,
Tell you the truth, I don't even watch the games live. I watch it like maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, I might do the same thing. I might catch it when I get home. I can't be.
I'll end up watching it, but I won't be watching it like as if I'll probably be laid back. Just it's not going to be like a game where I'm focusing full on 100%.
Right. I'm ready for Sheffield United.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's just the more
Sheffield home or away?
Away.
Oh wow, another away match. Okay.
I mean, so Sheffield's going to be a bit of they're a bit of
better than I thought they would be.
Yeah, they're better than I thought it'd be as well, So, but we should, as I said, don't care. I don't really care at all.
Oh,
Liverpool,
no.
I'm not bothered at all.
We got to that point. We don't care.
I mean, hopefully that's the next clean sheet. We've come so close now. All these games we conceded in, you felt like we would get a clean sheet, and then that should happen. So,
all the goals you conceded, most of them have been consolations anyway. I mean, you think.
Very true. Very true.
So
very true.
It's just like as I said, mate, I'm not bothered about clean sheets.
For the clean sheet, maybe it had something to do with Alisson too.
Maybe
that Alisson is good. We love him. He's improved and stuff.
Oh, he's been brilliant.
Alisson has something too, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no rush of Alisson.
Yeah. So, but he's coming along pretty nice. Well, here's the thing. This is just my thinking. Because Adrian is doing so much, it gives Klopp and the team the ability to be like, you know what, let's take a little bit more time. That's just my opinion. I think he probably needs some more time anyway, but I think if Adrian was thinking it up, I think they'd be trying to figure out how they can get Alisson back as soon as possible. That's just my opinion.
He's going to come back for United, the way I'm hearing, isn't he, Alisson?
When is that? October what?
October 19th, after the international. Oh, no, October 20th, after the national break.
The national break.
And then I think I'll be back, what? First game second game Champions League or what?
No, first game Premier League.
For Naby?
Oh, Naby. No. I don't know. Naby. I'm hearing. Apparently,
he started training with the group. So
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just
normally
wondering when he'll be in for
Apparently they don't
selection.
want them. Yeah, I don't think it'll be for Sheffield as well. I think maybe the Genk, so the Salzburg game at home. I'm not too
Okay.
sure. Maybe
yeah,
and maybe he wait. I hope he doesn't go to the national break.
Well, that would be
Can he
yeah.
no,
go?
I really
so
hope
I
that.
don't,
I hope he doesn't either. To be honest.
Because Salah and Mane aren't going as well. This is a massive boost as well. Salah and Mane aren't going again.
For the
yeah,
second one. Okay.
we
Yeah,
playing Brazil.
Who's playing Brazil?
Senegal is playing Brazil.
but
Oh,
Mane's
really?
still going. I mean, Mane and Salah aren't going again.
It will be the Firmino, Fabinho, and all those guys.
But
Okay.
Mane and Salah apparently aren't going to go for until November. I read. So they're going to get a nice couple more weeks rest.
Yeah, and that's all. That's nice to have them getting those breaks because they're going to need it. Because I don't know when else they're going to get it, to be honest. So, and then Origi, I don't know what the timetable is on him. Hopefully, it's sooner than later. And again, I just hope Mane didn't suffer anything too major. But I think sitting out the Dons game will give him that much more
Yeah,
rest.
I don't want any insurance. I don't want Salah. I don't want Firmino. I don't want Mane. I don't want that. I don't want
One,
any support.
On
no,
the bench, not even on the bench.
even on the bench, I don't want to see them on the bench.
Let them stay at home. If you put them on the bench, there's no point. I don't
Yeah.
care about the MK Dons, mate. I really don't. If we win it, great. If we lose it, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, no, I
So,
got you.
and the more I'm talking about it, the more I want to lose. I'm not joking. I'm joking. I'm
Yeah,
joking.
but the thing is, we will never lose that game. I think we got now
With
that
the,
winning mentality. That those kind of games, we just can't win it, even if
but you
we
know,
play really bad.
yeah, I want this game, right? Like with this competition, I don't want to see any top players in it, any big players. I want to go every single game, young team, every single one, or the players that aren't getting games. Don't even think about putting in players like Mane or something. I'm not asked about. Let's go as far as we can with the players that we have, with the youngsters in there, and the players that aren't getting a lot of minutes.
Exactly.
Yep, and there's always going to be outrage about Klopp's decisions, but honestly, man, I wouldn't be disappointed to see a super young with maybe a little bit of experience in there. You know, like you said, Lovren
He's
Gomez. I
strong
think
team.
that for me that's it. Lovren Gomez, Ox, and yeah. I mean, other than that,
He's a
maybe
strong team.
Milner. But other than that, yeah.
But
He's a
we
strong
have
team.
to get on Milner's case, man. You know, as much as I love him, he was really good last year. But this
No, I'm
season, I
with you.
just
I'm with you, man.
maybe it's the beginning of the season, but I just feel like the guy is just useless, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. And for all the things he wins in training with the whole, I don't know what it's called, the breath thing. I don't know. The fact that he can outlast everybody running,
Yeah,
this still doesn't mean he can outrun people in a 90-minute game. Where I mean, it's Premier League, it's English football, so it's a whole different level of pace.
yeah.
And you know, a home match against I don't know Sheffield United or Brighton, yeah, you can see that. But to come on in these big games against Chelsea
Exactly.
in Napoli, nah, bro, I
I
can't.
don't, I don't, well, I didn't have a problem with him coming on away as Chelsea. Um, before the game, I told you against Napoli, I didn't want to see him. It was not going to work. But with the last 20 minutes, he's not a bad player to bring on for the last 20 minutes. I mean, you can't get anyone better than him to bring on for the last minutes. I thought he
You know,
did.
Milner is really good when we're doing that high press. You know, when Henderson is fighting. You know,
Mm.
and we're putting a big battle in the
I mean,
midfield.
they're going to give
But
him
now
another
that we have
contract.
Fabinho playing at his best, you know,
They're going
it's
to give
really
him.
hard
They're going to give him another contract.
to do anything really.
They'll probably give him another contract, mate.
I just feel like any team with any kind of pace, which most teams have, he's either going to put in a rash challenge or he's going to get burnt for speed. That's just my opinion. I mean, I get it. He's got the experience. He's a senior pro, veteran pro, I should say. But
How
I
many?
don't know, man.
How many? He hasn't started in games in the Premier League this year, anyway, has he?
No, and I think
Oh,
that's
yeah,
probably the way it should be.
he started Southampton away.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, he started
Well, yeah.
Southampton.
Again, games like that, you don't. I personally, I don't really mind, but
Mm.
I
Yeah,
don't know, man.
he's not going to start. He's not going to start. He's not going to start a lot of games. I mean, do you remember this time last year where there was loads of articles going about him? You know, he was putting these fantastic performances away at Spurs. You know, all these ones, and you know, obviously he slowed down a bit, but it's expected as well, isn't it? It's expected.
Yeah.
But as I said, I haven't got a problem with him being in that team. I think he's a fantastic player to have in that squad. I'm not. you know, as I said, I've loved him love him for years since he's been here. One of my favorite players, you know, because of his professionalism, his work rate, everything is passion, everything is brilliant. So yeah, he's a good option to have. But onwards and upwards, I said Sheffield United is the game I'm looking forward to. It's an early kickoff as well, so let's just hope we can make it 16 out of 16. Well, 16 in a row.
Yeah, I don't see why we can't. I'm excited about it. And again, I just look forward to seeing this team, man. Every single week. And I was gonna get into the award stuff, but I'm not really bothered by it. I don't think you guys are.
Yeah, it's corrupt anyway, mate.
Yeah, so
you know, when I looked, I saw Ramos at right back. I was like, man,
that's when that's when you know it's a
publicity
thing. Yeah,
After their shambolic season, finishing third in the league, no trophies.
You had to shoehorn Ramos in there at a fullback. Come on, man.
But you cannot blame FIFA because the players vote.
Yeah, I get it, but it's just a joke to me.
And there's a big competition between the players. You know, like if they know,
yeah,
they don't want to compete to this guy from this team or this guy from this country, so they just give vote for Messi, popular players and stuff.
And also, you see, like for example, Ronaldo voted De Ligt as the best player in the world. But you see, Van Dijk. One thing with Van Dijk is, I remember when him and Sterling were going up for the PFA Player of the Year award. Sterling voted Harry Kane, which was nonsense. Yeah, he didn't do anything. And Van Dijk votes Raheem Sterling. Van Dijk voted Messi as the best player in the world, and then Salah and Mane second and third, right? But what does Messi do? He
and Cristiano.
Messi doesn't even put Van Dijk in the top 3. So it just shows, you know, so fuck Messi, you know, fuck all of them.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but he voted for Cristiano, one of his biggest rivals.
Who?
He put Mane, Cristiano, and De Jong. I think De Jong or De Ligt. I can't remember.
Yeah, he put De Jong. Wait, was Ronaldo there? Was he? I'm pretty sure Ronaldo was.
Ronaldo was second.
Yeah, Mane was first in the world for him.
Wow.
So you're speaking players that you knew that weren't going to win. So it's just.
That's why Ballon d'Or is better because it's the pundits, you know, journalists and stuff that votes, you know. So
yeah,
they at least have this kind of competition.
Yeah, Van Dijk should be taking that, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets done for that either, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. Again, I don't really care too much about individual awards. But
man. Let's just win the league and that's it, man.
Before we get out of here, though, this supposed Nike deal, good thing, bad thing, Gary?
Yeah, very good. I mean, I couldn't care less about how the kits look. As long as we get that extra 25-30 million a year.
Oh man, we're in the money for this one, man.
Yeah, so it's going to be the richest club in England with this Nike kit. So it's fantastic for us. Really, really good.
Yeah, Nike is sniffing around. They see how good Liverpool are doing. It makes sense. But go ahead, Mame. Your thoughts?
I don't think that money will go back to the team, though. I think it's going to be some profit, something like that. You know, anyway, it's a precious thing, but I don't think it will make such a big difference.
Okay, yeah. On that note, we'll see and see what happens Wednesday against MK Dons.
Yeah.
And then we'll try to get back. I know the Sheffield United game is, I'm going to say it's really early here, so it must be, what, 12 o'clock?
7:30 a.m. for you.
Yeah. So, we'll try to rally again sometime before the Sheffield United game. Hey, guys, I know it's late, and thank you so much for making time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for that, guy. Have a good night.
You too, mate.